Are there any other Eagles in the group with us today? Eagle Scouts. If you would please join us up here, we would appreciate it. The appeal of the majestic eagle has been felt by individuals from prehistoric time to the present day. To the Egyptians, the eagle was the messenger of the gods and the sun, a symbol of eternal life. To the Romans, he was the carrier of Jupiter's thunderbolts, a sign of power. To the American Indians, he stood as an incentive to valor and the pledge of victory. For us today, the eagle is the living symbol of courageous and freedom aspiring Americans. When the badge of rank for the Eagle Scouts was designed in 1912, a small eagle was suspended from a tricolored ribbon of red, white, and blue. It remains so today. Would the Eagle Escorts please escort Billy's parents to the podium? Billy, the foremost responsibility of an Eagle Scout is to live with honor. To an Eagle Scout, honor is the foundation of character. He knows that a scout is trustworthy. It's the first point of the Scout law for a good reason. Eagle Scouts live honorably, not only because of the infinite importance of doing so to himself, but because of the vital significance of the example he sets of other scouts. Living honorably reflects credit upon your church, your home, and your troop, as well as your community. May the white of the Eagle badge remind you always to live with honor. The second responsibility of an Eagle Scout is loyalty. A scout is true to his family, his leaders, friends, school, and nation. His loyalty to his troop and brother scouts make him pitch in and carry a share of the load. All of these help build the loyalty, which means devotion to community, to country, to one's ideals, and to God. May the blue of the Eagle badge always inspire your loyalty. The third responsibility of an Eagle Scout is to be courageous. Courage is the quality by which men measure in themselves and others. To a scout, bravery means not only the courage to face physical danger, but determination to stand up for his rights. Trusting in God with faith in his fellow citizens. He looks forward to each day, seeking his share of the world's work. May the red of the Eagle badge always remind you of courage. The fourth responsibility of an Eagle Scout is to be cheerful. To remind the Eagle Scout to always wear a smile. The red, white, and blue ribbon is attached to a scroll of the second class award, which has its ends turned up in a smile. The final responsibility of an Eagle Scout is service. The Eagle extends a helping hand to those who still toil on scouting's trail. Just as others helped him in his climb to Eagle Scout, the performance of the daily good turn takes on a new meaning when he enters an adult life of continuing service to others. The Eagle stands as the protector of the weak and helpless. He aids and comforts the unfortunate and the oppressed. He upholds the rights of others while defending his own. He is always prepared to put forth his best. I would ask all of our Eagle Scouts that are up here with us today to remind them when they became Eagle Scouts and the vows and the oath that they took at that time. I have the honor to give you the Eagle Scout charge on this occasion in your elevation to the highest rank in scouting. Scouts of all nations constitute one of the most wholesome and significant movements in the world's history. You have been judged by the Boy Scouts of America being worthy of the highest rank in this great movement. All who know you rejoice in your achievement. Your position, as you know, is one of honor and responsibility. You are a marked man. As an Eagle Scout, you will assume a solemn obligation to do your duty to God, to country, to fellow scouts, and to mankind in general. This is a great undertaking. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and to your brothers. Scouts, you will now rededicate yourself by repeating the Scout Oath. Repeat it slowly, resolve, and maintain perseverance that has brought you this far. Scouts, if you'll stand with me, we'll repeat the Scout Oath once again. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Thank you, gentlemen. Billy, your conduct along the trail has been excellent. You have rededicated yourself to the principles of scouting, but one more thing is important for the future. As an Eagle Scout, you became a guide to other scouts of lower rank. You became an example in your community. Remember that your actions are now a little more conspicuous. People will expect more of you. To falter in your responsibility could not only reflect upon you, but on your fellow Eagle Scouts and all of Scouting. The torch you carry is not only yours, but it's ours also. I challenge you to enter this Eagle Scout Brotherhood holding ever before you, without reservation, the ideals of honor and service. By the repetition of the Eagle Scout promise before your fellow members, you will become an Eagle Scout. Though the words you use are similar to those which you joined Scouting, they will mean more now than they could have meant at any time in the past. When you pledge yourself on your sacred honor, you will be sealing your eternal loyalty to the code of the Eagle Scout. With these words, if you will raise your hand in the Scout sign and repeat after me, I reaffirm my allegiance.
I reaffirm my allegiance
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities of the rank of Eagle Scout.
the obligations and the responsibilities of the Eagle Scout rank.
On my honor,
On my honor,
I will do my best
I will do my best
to make my training an example of my rank
to make my training an example of my rank,
and my influence count strongly for better scouting,
and my influence counts strongly for a better
and for better citizenship
and for better citizenship
in my home,
in my home,
in my troop,
in my troop,
and in my country,
in my country,
and in my contacts with other people.
and in my contacts with other people.
To this I pledge my sacred honor.
To this I pledge my sacred honor.
Billy, by the authority invested in me by the National Court of Honor of the Boy Scouts of America, it is my privilege and pleasure to pronounce you an Eagle Scout. May the oath you have taken remain graven on your heart forever. Now we're going to present some visible recognition of this. We have three things to present. We have a mother's pin, a father's pin, and the Eagle badge itself.